And so that's what private equity is mimicking. That are in the more expensive places to whoever, the highest bidder, and they could raise capital very quickly via the property that the location is on. And so that's what private equity is mimicking. It takes over the property, especially the intellectual property, and then it basically tells the company what they're going to do, because that's what happened with Cracker Barrel. The private equity told them, they installed their CEO that they picked, and they told the people who were there, this is what you're going to do. You're going to change this logo. You're going to modernize. You're going to look crazy. You're going to look like everyone else. And it doesn't matter what these customers want, because they just look at the customers as cattle. So it's like, yeah, these swines are going to come in and eat anyway, because grandma always comes in here on Sunday after church to, Cracker Barrel. So they don't care about the people. So what we're talking about is putting in alignment, and actually, it's still private equity, because we would be coming in with our own money. But um, instead of lowering the customer experience in order to turn a profit, we are enhancing the customer experience, which will cause the company to turn a profit. That has
Yeah.
not been documented anywhere. You know who's doing that? Red Lobster, with that black CEO they got. That's basically like the only one. I think he was at like PF Chains or something like that before that, which is another set of chains that are pretty like good in the way that they handle things. So there's proof that it works, but the cost is your customers will be happy. So they don't really want happy customers. Like, I don't know, I don't understand what's wrong with these people. They literally don't want people to be happy. They don't want people to be happy. They don't want people to be healthy. They
Well, it's the
don't like have
frequency.
any
It's the
interest in that.
frequency that they
Oh,
inhabit. And in that frequency, and I
yeah.
know a lot of those people, that the frequency that they inhabit is like, I win, I want everyone to lose. That's
Which
literally
is
that's
insane.
literally how they think. And I'm like, why does everyone have to lose? Like, you can win and everyone can win too. There's no reason as to why you think that it is you winning and everyone has to lose. And I think this goes back to like when people were children with their toys,
Right.
where I'm not
Right.
giving you any of my toys. These are all my toys. And then meanwhile, the kid has like 5 toys, and then there's this other toy, and you want to play with that other toy, and the kid, no, now he wants to play with that toy. And that toy, and that toy. It's never enough because these people are not fulfilled. And they're never going to be fulfilled, at
Right.
least so long as they keep going down this route. And because they're not fulfilled, they want everyone else to also not be fulfilled. But what we're doing,
Which is
but what
insane.
we're yeah, yeah. I mean, it's very childish. It's like they haven't grown up. But what we're doing is, because we are fulfilled, or because we're at least moving towards fulfillment, we're not here like our we don't lust, we don't desire, we don't need, we don't want, like we're not entering these businesses with the desire of, oh, I'm gonna make, our company's gonna make $1 million from these people. We come in with no expectation. That's unconditional love. We come
Right.
in with no
Right.
expectations, no attachments, and no conditions, and then we pour and direct our love in the ways that we know how to best provide that love into these businesses. Obviously, these businesses are going to blow the fuck up. Obviously, they're going to be extremely
Absolutely.
successful. And obviously, we're going to be making a shit ton of dough from that.
Right.
Because it's not just that, oh, we're
Right.
helping this like Vietnamese restaurant that has been struggling. Oh, no. In 2 years now, they have 2, 3 businesses, 2, 3
Right.
of the same Vietnamese restaurants in the area. And everybody loves them because
Right.
of the energy that we provide. We teach the waiters how to talk. We teach the staff how to talk. We help the family because
Right.
it's always goes back to the owners. If the owners have issues, internal issues, we figure that shit out. We nip that in the bud. We out
Right.
here breaking generational family curses by working with these clients. This is gonna be
Have
easy.
you
This is gonna
seen the
be
show
effortless.
with have you seen the show with Robert Irvin, where he goes into these businesses and he does that? He breaks them down, and they do like a quick remodel, and He fixes their menu and all.
Yeah,
Like
I don't know
they
if
do
it's
this, but
yes,
it's
so I've seen some of these, yeah, for sure, like, especially the ones that are, like, absolute crap. I don't know if you've seen maybe,
yeah.
these are with what's his name? The British guy, there's, like
Yeah, Robert
oh,
Irvin, that's
okay,
his
okay.
name. Yep, that's the one that I was talking about. Like this is what that's
Yes,
exactly
uh-huh,
what he does.
exactly,
He
right.
goes in and he's like talking to the people and they're all crying and it's like, "Oh my gosh,
Like,
is he a
I
therapist?"
haven't paid myself in 6 months, and I don't know what to do. I have all this
Right.
credit card bill. It's like, "Okay, let's figure it
Right.
out. Let's figure it out. What's up?"
Right.
On top of
Right.
that, yeah, you've given us
But
20% of the company, thanks.
right. Yeah. I mean, that's nothing when you
No, because it because
when you've
you
increased
either
profits by a hundred
well, yeah,
percent, 20% is
exactly. You
nothing.
either because the thing is, we're the last line of defense. They have no one else. They're running out of money. No
Right.
one's gonna lend them any more money. They're probably indebted like a motherfucker. This like they put everything on the line in this
Right.
business, and then here come out of nowhere the angels. Like just the
Right.
angels saying,
Exactly.
"Look, you don't have to pay us anything. This is what we do. This is who we are. Like we have the right people talking, the right salesmen, saleswomen. Like we have the whole process down set. Sign this paper. We get, if we do
Right.
if we hit these certain milestones, we get 5% every time. And the max is, let's say,
Right.
20%. And but we make sure that the deal obviously benefits us as well as benefits them, because we're not here to exploit anybody, but at the
Right.
same time, like, we do deserve to get paid handsomely.
Right. Right, because our revenue, we haven't, again, back to another one of my favorite TV shows, Leverage. They had an external revenue source. They would go in and solve like another one of my favorite shows. They would go in and solve these very complex problems. It was just the five of them. But every problem they came across, they had a mastermind who would literally work out the whole plan, tell them that you're going to do this, you're going to do that. Can you do this? Can you do that? We need this, we need that. They would go in, they would knock the problem out, and then they didn't take any money from this in Leverage. They never took money from the people that they were helping. They
Probably
might rob
sponsorships,
the people.
like from the TV show.
No, because they make it's a show called Leverage. No, like on the show, like there were a group of people who would help people who are in need, but they never took money from the people who are in need. Like these would, I mean, they did. This is a really interesting show, but like for example, there was a girl who had invented a kind of potato that wasn't it couldn't be taken out by the blight or something. And so this company had stolen the potato and said that it was their like property because she used their potato seed or some crap like that, and they literally came and stole it. And so she went to the leader guy of the group and was like, they stole my work and this and that, and my family and all of this. And he was like, okay, don't worry about it, we got it. So they went in, they ended up stealing the potato like from this like like high tech vault that they had this potato in, and in the process they got the lady who had stolen it, they ended up getting her sent to jail. But what they did,
Wow.
the reason why they never had the show is great, like, but the reason why they never like had to collect money from the people, because on the very first job that they did, they made like they really robbed somebody. They straight up robbed somebody for like, I don't know, maybe $100 billion or something. So they split it up 5 ways. They were so, of that thing where they rob people. So they because these were all thieves. Okay, so let me add that back in. This is a show about thieves. They're all thieves. Like one of them is a hacker. One of them is like a
The leverage
military
people.
guy who can fight anybody. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like one of them
Mm,
is like a literally like a grifter. You know what I mean? But they all had a different skill set. They were thieves. So sometimes they would steal stuff along the way, but they really didn't have to because they already had money from the previous source. And that's how we have to operate. Like our money should not come from what our
right.
operating, like the
Uh-huh.
way we operate should not come from dealing with these people. Like
Exactly.
because that if it does, then it's just too much
Yep.
pressure. It has to come from somewhere else, and that way we're able to just build on top of it. So that's why it's like, no, if we had a bank to get
Uh-huh.
started, that
Yep.
could be doing something. And then as we work with these people, we're not pressing them and they're not pressing us, which gives us the space. We always have to, again, that breath where it's like, okay, like we like your food, you got a great place here, let's see what we can do for you, like let's see how we can make your place a lot better, so on and so forth.
Right,
And
because
that could be
it's
any,
the
it's so
equity,
many
because the
things.
equity, like, in many
Right,
ways, like, that's illiquid, and if it's a really good business, it's
right,
gonna be liquid for basically forever. Now, eventually,
right.
that equity can be used as collateral. We could get loans from that, from, like, banks and this and
Exact.
that,
See,
but
exactly,
initially, like, that's
exactly.
just our investments. Those are long-term investments. So, as you said, the operating costs, how much we spend monthly on supporting our internal infrastructure, is for sure going to come from another source, because it just, the
Right,
incentives, and that's the issue with private equity. The incentives are to make money quick, and for them, in their eyes, quick is five,
right.
10 years. They're not thinking about, hey, let's build the next McDonald's, like, hey, let's build the next
No, they're not.
Chick-fil-A. They just want to flip
Nope.
it. But we're not in the
Yep.
business of flipping. We don't flip. We're here to build a whole
Right.
empire.
Right. Exactly, which means we need businesses that are going to last forever. We need to be like how they are like in Italy and in France where you have these little bakeries, they've been there for 100
Huh?
years,
Yep.
or I've seen places like in, what is that, in China or Japan, where you've got a lady, she's like 80 some years old. She still gets up every day, bakes all the stuff for the restaurant, and then goes about her day. Like that's her thing. She has, whoever is running the restaurant, like doing the actual stuff. But this woman and her baking is what
Wow.
brings everybody in there every day. And that's what we want. We don't even have anything for our seniors to do.
No.
So if older people had some, and nobody has anything to do. Everybody is bored right now. Like the amount of people I hear say, I'm bored is so crazy, because I'm like, I could never be bored. I don't know what that means. I'm like, I'm just reading a story in the Bible, and I'm like, what the heck is it? Wait a minute, what is this? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did it? Why would they say that? What does that even mean? I don't even know how you can be bored, but people don't have any passion because they don't have anywhere to put that energy, like you were talking about earlier. So that just kind of brings it all together. Like people have to have somewhere to put the energy. People have to be passionate. The more passionate you are, the longer you live. So that gets rid of this whole like, oh, short life thing. People don't live long because they're not passionate about anything.
Yep. And right now, a lot of people say that, especially like the young adults, they don't want to work. And
Yeah,
it's not that they don't like work, it's that they don't want to work bullshit jobs. They don't want to do
right,
bullshit. And
exactly.
what we're essentially providing, like, this kind of, and this is just the private equity side. This is just
Right,
one aspect of the vast infrastructure that is being built out. But on the private equity side, it's going to be so exciting. Like, it's so exciting. There's
yeah,
so much to do. There's so much upside. There's so much experience to be gained. And so these individuals, they're obviously
right,
going to get paid well, but it's not about the money. It's about the ability to build this immensely valuable muscle, to acquire these immensely valuable skills, where, as they say, we teach them how to fish. We're not giving them fish,
right.
we're teaching them how to fish. Now, if you want to stay within the apparatus of the empire, great. If you want to go and do your own thing, amazing. The whole point is that
Right.
that energy that we're exuding continues to replicate.
Exactly. It's a self-replicating, what is that? The mRNA,
Yeah,
like
right.
it's a
Self-replicating
it's
virus, or
it's
whatever the fuck it is
literally,
that they're doing.
exactly, it's a self-replicating virus, but it's a healing virus. It's the virus that will heal you, not the virus that will kill you. Wow.
Wow.
Why everything got to be on multiple levels? Holy smokes.
Yeah, this is
This is
powerful.
fascinating.
I mean, this is how you take over. Like, it's
Yeah.
it's like a guerrilla. It's like a guerrilla. The only way to take over the system is in a guerrilla way. Like it has
Yeah,
to
guerrilla
be, yeah, it has to
warfare,
be
like going right
multiple
at them.
through, like, they can't defend. The system cannot defend itself when you have, in many ways, really young adults out here just and like, and you see it with politics. Now, the thing is, nowadays they're not as
Yes.
fervent, but in the past, these kids, when it came to politics, it was like their life depended on it. And so now
Yep.
imagine this is going to be how they feel with the Holy Imperium. It's
Wow.
like, this is what, like,
Yeah.
there's a mission, there's faith, there's substance to
Right.
what it is that we are collectively doing as one. And it's not about, oh, like, you have to follow this way. No, everyone is able to, you want to go and create this thing? Great. We're going to have people there to support you. You want to go off and do this,
Right.
and you need some help, you need some money, you need this, you need that. Okay, here, we can provide it.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Right now, there's none of
That's
that. No one
really
has
and
community. There's no
mm,
community.
no. There's no community. Mm-mm-mm. There's no community. And then you see where you're supposed to have community in churches, but look what these pastors are doing to these kids. So I mean, there's nowhere for people to turn. Like they're literally we're the only ones. Like there's literally nowhere to
Yeah,
turn. Like not even kind of sort. There's just nowhere to turn. If you have a problem, there's literally nowhere to turn, and it's really sad they let things get this bad. But
that's for us. For
I
us
think
to
it'll
for us to,
be yeah.
clean up. We're gonna clean up.
Yep.
Like, thank you guys
Yep.
for doing the horrible things that you did. And now here we come
Right.
and actually rebuild. Because the thing is, if it didn't get this bad, who's gonna listen to us? Who's gonna follow us? Right
Exactly.
now, people don't have
Exactly.
jobs. They have shitty jobs. They
Right.
hate their life. They don't like their friends. They don't
Right.
like where they're going. They don't like where they're headed. They did this, they did that. They're not People are not in a happy place. They are extremely
No, they're
lonely, they're
not.
extremely empty inside, and they're freaking out from the chaos that is happening outside of their house, outside of their apartment, wherever it is that they live.
Right.
Then, out
Right.
of nowhere, here come these weirdos saying, "Hey, like, come join us, and we can do this and we could do that." You don't have any other path. It's either this or your
Right.
shit life. So obviously,
Right.
okay, I guess I'll try these weirdos. I guess I'll try these, like, insane people that in the past I would have been laughing at them, but now I'm actually kind of interested in what the fuck they're doing.
Right.
So
Because
it's
if I
really
mean, at least they're doing something. At least they have an at least list. Like at least they're doing
Yeah,
something.
and at
Because
least they, like,
most
sound
everyone out here is
confident.
doing
Like,
nothing.
at least
Right.
they got some confidence, they got conviction, they got faith within themselves. All
Right.
these people, especially those that are, like, selling now, they don't got no faith.
No, they don't.
Everyone getting out here, like, everyone's trying to make dough, but nobody has the faith behind whatever they're selling.
They really don't.
Meanwhile, here we are, like, yeah, we're
They really
taking over.
don't.
We're serving God. Like, we have all this, like, insane, like, visions of grandeur. Obviously,
Right.
it's gonna be like, what is it? Moths to a flame.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna draw some people in, and some people are gonna be like, okay, those people are nuts. I'm gonna go in the opposite
They're
direction, but
creating a
hey,
cult.
you'll be
They're
back.
creating a cult.
Right. Oh my
Look at
god.
the people in the
Like,
cult.
okay. Right. I will that's gonna be the best one. It'll be like, okay, so is your church a cult? Because like this is exactly what they're doing. I think
Yeah, and the difference
um
is we're actually, out here doing shit and not just, like, at the church, just
right.
like, you know, which I think is great, but at the same time, like, guys, you gotta come out. You gotta
Right.
it's really interesting how these churches, I mean, you look at churches in England, these cathedrals, like, that was massive endeavors. Massive
Yeah.
endeavors. And now, like, it's like religion just lost their essence, their plot. Like, they just lost the plot.
Yeah.
And now it's just so
Yeah.
empty. It's not,
It
like,
is.
right now more than ever, humanity needs these religions to get their shit together, and they're doing the complete opposite. They ain't showing
Exactly.
up.
Yeah. Nope.
All these
They're not
businesses are in dire
like
needs
even
for
playing the game.
support. Where are the churches? Where are the temples?
Exact.
Like,
Oh, the
where are
church.
the
Oh
mosques?
no,
They're
we're not allowed
nowhere.
to get involved in business. No, they're not. They're not helping these businesses. Now you think again. You would think they would, but really not. It's very. You're right. It's very weird. Like the very organizations that should be out here supporting these businesses in the community are not.
At
They
all.
are literally just not. Like
And then
not
right
even
now,
trying. Not coming with solutions. Nothing.
the supposed devout believers, they're more focused about, oh, my religion is more aesthetic than yours. That's what
Oh my
that's
god.
what they're more busy
What a
worrying
mess.
about the fact that their religion is more aesthetic than theirs. Like, who gives a
Like
shit if it's
what a
aesthetic or
mess.
not? like
Right.
like guys, what?
I don't know.
And so that's why
They've
we're
lost the
going
plot.
to
They've lost
clean
the
up.
plot.
We're going to clean up because there is no competition. There's nobody there to, and even if
Right.
there was competition, great, take over that city. We'll go to the next one. We'll go to the next one. We'll go to the next
Right.
one. We like competition is
Right.
great when it comes to this because and that's the thing is nobody's going to like nobody's going to try to interfere with us in terms of like trying to compete with us because they're in a different frequency. They don't
Yes.
function in the way that we are speaking right now when it comes to these
No.
incentive mechanisms. So like in the same way that they're not going to be listening to these types of spaces because their frequency is just not in tune. It's just like it's like we're speaking a
Right.
different language. They don't know what this means. They don't know what this looks
We are
like.
speaking a different language. Yeah, they would. And when they see the success, they're not going to understand. It's not going to look like success to them. That's another thing. It's not going to look like success to them. Success to them is not a thriving business because remember, they're trying to essentially um shut the business down to take the property. So success is not a thriving business. Success is literally them like essentially like there being no business. That's their success. Or the business being manageable, not the happiness. There's no happiness factor, which is really important for humanity. There has to be a happiness factor. What I used to call the happiness quotient. That was in somebody's book was called the happiness quotient. Like there's no happiness quotient in any of this. And even that book is not about using it the way that I'm using it, but that was the name of a book. But yeah, they don't care about people's joy factor. What's the joy factor on that? That's why I say what's the frequential return on like creating a business that's going to last for 50 years? Like what's the frequency return on that? I
Mhm.
mean, can you even quantify that kind of thing? Not really.
Insane. Huge returns.
Not really. Yeah, it's amazing. Well, I think we better shut it down because I need to go to bed. I thought I might talk a little bit less if we started earlier, but that didn't actually happen either.
Sounds good. Well,
No, not at all.
thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you
this
everyone
is great.
for listening and we'll do another spaces on Friday sometime at night. So hope everyone has a great rest
All
of your
right.
weekend. Thanks. Have a
Good
good
night,
night.
everybody.